Hello, everybody. My name is Kashi, and welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. So, last time we really got to get to know Miss D. Vasquez. We were able to rip apart her testimony and find some flaws in it. Right now, we are accusing her of murder because we believe that she was the one who possibly pushed Hammer into the fence, just like he did to somebody 5 years ago. She possibly had Sal's help in putting it in the van, as well as burning the costume, and we just have to prove it. So, we have three options. You did it, Vasquez. Testify again, or no further questions. Well, I'm going to say you did it. Miss Vasquez, you did it. That wasn't a question. Well, fuck you too. Did you do it? No. Mr. Wright, you're my second favorite grandchild, but you're so dumb. Yes, Your Honor. I'm not sure that question helped this court get any closer to a verdict. I don't even think that was a question. What do I do now? Testify again. I'd like you to testify again, please. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. I never know when to give up. And that is probably why I have all the issues I do today. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions and get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn it! To come so far, only to fail. Well, technically my job was to only make sure that Will didn't go to jail. So we basically just proved all of this. AKA hashtag let my himbo go. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Ooh. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. You are no longer first favorite grandchild. But that does not mean you go up a space, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Not because I want to help Wright or anything. It's not because I like him or anything. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed. Verily, I say, ergo. So, I think I read somewhere that this is like they made an anime of this and that there might be a comic. I gotta look it up because I am really short on animes to watch, and I know there's things like Demon Slayer, One Piece, all that mainstream stuff, and it's like I don't I don't know. I don't really care for fighting animes unless it's reincarnated as a slime because I think that's a masterpiece. It is so fan servicey and so OP that it makes me happy because I don't have to be like, oh no, is my protagonist gonna get beat up and have to draw it out by a billion episodes? I don't know, maybe I'm just complaining because Naruto is long as fuck. Which, by the way, controversial opinion, well, depending on who you ask, I don't think Baruto is really good. And yes, I am talking about the one with his son. I don't know, it's not very good. Anywho, I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth? Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that. So part of me is wondering, does Edgeworth finally believe that Will Powers didn't do it? I feel like he does if he's asking her to testify again. Edgeworth. I need to know more about Edgeworth's background because I think I read somewhere that he and Phoenix and Larry went to school together, but I'm not actually sure. Testimony. After finding the body, I was with Sel and Old Beck, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I love how they drew the hole. It looks like someone just took a hole punch to it. I immediately called the police, and then Powers showed up. The security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I was asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. Hmm. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross examination. Okay, Nick. We're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Do we pay Maya in money, or do we just pay her in love and affection and food? Right. After finding the body, I was with Sal and Old Bag. Press you on that. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manila arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies in costumes, mind you. Hmm. You know what? I want to press a little harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. But, boy? Okay, first you complained that you got called geezer. Now you're complaining about boy. There is no pleasing you, Phoenix. The witness will continue her testimony. Alright. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? And so he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember? Remember what? And there was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? I mean, you have seen a dead body before. And I mean, you were willing to erase us, so why the fuck are we not bringing that up? Why are we not like, yo, first himbo husband, Detective Gumshoe, can point out that we got threatened. So, like, wouldn't that be criminal threatening? I don't know. Maybe that's the next court case. You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Press harder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? Hmm, I have to agree with the defense on this. Well, Miss Vasquez. Hmm, logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. And we often left him on the bus when shooting a location. No one noticed he was missing. You guys fucking suck. Why didn't you take my man out? Just for that, after this court case, he and I are getting ice cream. We are going to go to the park. It's going to be magical. Poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue. Okay. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry I'm late. And then silence, dead silence. I love the dot dot dot. We are all included in this awkward silence. And silence. Hey, hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Gonna push you on this. Old bag. The security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Right. The Steel Samurai. We're gonna push that a little harder. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She is not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to a hammer. Hmm, I don't think there's anything in there I can use. Okay, that's a little suspicious. You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm not really fond of that sort of thing. Yeah, I wonder why. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. I apologize, by the way, if you guys can hear any rumbling in the background. For some reason, my upstairs neighbors have decided that they are going to listen to their music as loud as possible, and because I'm behind schedule, I unfortunately cannot postpone recording. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, and there was no way we could have been involved, and thus they covered for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot riding on it, with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. The script and your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. We're gonna press a little harder. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. Okay, but you didn't know about that until you got there. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh, yeah, I guess. Hmm. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please continue.
Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement.
Uh huh.
Think. Miss Vasquez says she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One.
Oh, hey. He did bring up a good point, which I was going to mention. Ramble, 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 ramble. Order. Order. Mr. Edgeworth. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. You get gold star for today. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense?
I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here.
I mean, he did say he would get a guilty verdict. He never said who it had to be for.
Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation?
I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. Hmm. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe that there would be no rehearsal. Hmm. Very well, the witness will change your testimony to reflect this reason. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal, the director. Hmm. You have to find something to peg this on her here, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. Hmm. I'm gonna just see what I have for evidence again. Time of death. He's dragging one leg. I. Mm, okay. Um. Okay, I need to figure out something. Powers was absent. Showed up. Huh. I just. I don't know. I'm gonna look at my stuff again. Hmm. Like, I just. Because when we point things out, it's going to say that, oh, it contradicts us, but I don't. I don't see what is contradicting anything. I don't know why I said contradicting weird. Okay, I went back to the trailer to get my script. Maybe the hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. I mean, I'm going to absolutely moonwalk out of here if it's the wrong thing, but he still showed up, maybe? Okay. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Did I do a good job? Yes. Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I didn't even comprehend that she was talking about Hammer. I already said it. It was Sal who told me. So then why did he get it wrong? That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Now, why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez, you saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Judge Grandpa, are you not following what I'm saying? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah. And when was he doing this?
Well, it would have had to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered.
Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Ramble, 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 ramble. Order. I will have order.
Witness, can you refute this claim?
Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Oh, honey bunches of oats, don't say that because you know she's gonna try. Very well. I have a question for you. Ugh. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Hmm. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on that matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Yes, because we have that picture. Okay, I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With Dee Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial, it began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. I think I said that word wrong. His fall from stardom.
His guilt weighed him down, no doubt.
However, you, Dee Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change.
Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate.
Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex star.
Hmm,
One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed Dee Vasquez, not the other way around. What motives would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. All right, everybody, this episode's getting a little bit long, so I'm going to call it here. We're definitely going to come back to this and we are going to either reveal some evidence or shoot ourselves in the foot by saying she had no motive. So, everybody, as always, keep it salty, keep it real, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.